Hello and welcome back to JBCTR, where today, as you can see, we are reviewing the Noble Chairs Legend series. Right, so you join me in my new and improved study, which has been built for us over the past few months. And as you can see, we're still waiting on worktops, which will be the desk and that kind of stuff. So please ignore the sort of unfinishedness around us. But today, as I said in the intro, we are looking at the Noble Chairs Legend series. And particularly today, we have their Black edition. Now, I've reviewed a couple of their chairs before. We've had the Hero series, which is very nice, and we've also got the Epic series, and I've been quite impressed with both of them. So I'm kind of hoping that this will be just as good, but yeah, let's get in and find out. Okay, and here we are. This is what you get in the box. Now, to me, it looks like a fairly standard Noble Chairs construction, which is not a bad thing because it's quite good already. And obviously the party piece is this back seat here, which to me looks stylish, but not in your face, and I quite like that. But anyway, if you've not looked at a Noble chair before, this is kind of it. So you get your tilting mechanism for tilting, you get your gas canister for bouncing up and down, or rather going up and down. You get the base with one arm attached for some weird reason. I'm not entirely sure why they don't ship with both. Some plastic wheels, a metal star for sitting on, some paddles for going up and down. And that's it, pretty much. So let's get it built. It's kind of simple, but let me talk you through it.
Well, I didn't read the instructions because I like to live life on the edge. I just got cracking from the ground up. I started with the wheels that just clip into place, and then I gave them a bit of a test. Nice. Next is the gas canister, which just sits in the base and its associated cover. And now we're onto the seat base. I do recommend an electric screwdriver for this, but make sure it's on its least powerful setting. Firstly, add the tilting mechanism to the rear of the base. And when you're done, check the tightness of the bolts by hand. It's time to add the seat base to the wheel set. Again, this just sits on top of the gas canister. For the armrest, firstly fully remove the bolts from the underside. Then add the armrest and do the bolts up again. You can adjust the width of the armrest at this stage. Adding the paddles to the underside is quite simple. Just push them over the control arms and they will only go on one way. And now for the party piece, that is the seat back. Remove the bolts on either side to start. You can now slide the seat back into position and replace the bolts you removed a second ago. Before adjusting the backrest, you'll need to remove the screw to release the lever. And try not to drop it. And now you can go forwards and back until your heart is content.
Right then, one job jobbed, and one Noble Chairs Legend series. Now, as mentioned in the introduction, this is the Black edition, which means you get this faux PU leather. So obviously not real leather, feels like leather, and actually it wears really well. Let me show you. And this is my Noble Chairs Hero. As you can see, it's a hell of a lot dirtier than the one downstairs, but it's also 2 or 3 years old now. But what I wanted to show you was the PU leather, because as you can see, it's pretty much in pristine condition, apart from being a bit grubby. So yeah, this stuff certainly stands the test of time. So yeah, the material itself gets a thumbs up from me already after being extensively tested through the many lockdowns that we had. As you'd expect with all office chairs, it's fully adjustable back and forwards. As I demonstrated earlier, you've got up and down on this side, yeah, up and down on that side, and then you've got a tilt function here, which is kind of, yeah, it tilts the back, but I'm being a bit of a special. So right, up and down here, we've got twisty. Kind of don't really get the point in the old twisty. And if anyone has any idea why you would want to work like that, because I don't know, I don't get it, but it does that anyway. And then they go forward and backwards. There you go, forward and backwards as well. Now, there is one slight negative, and that is that as I was unpackaging this thing, I noticed that there was a hell of a lot of plastic and non-recyclable materials. And of course, I imagine most of the seat is not recyclable either. So as we move into an era where consumers are more interested in their green credentials, then maybe Noble chairs need to improve just a little bit. But that said, this is built to last. So it's not something you're going to buy every day. And if you're worried about your green credentials, then I guess you could justify it that way. And on a more positive note, pillows. You get 2 with these chairs, which are pretty good. As you'd expect, they're kind of well built. This is your headrest version with a nice sort of clip to go around the top here, I presume, like this. But I must admit, this came with the Hero and the Epic, and I have never used the headrest on either because I feel it pushes your neck forwards, and yeah, I don't know. But it is a nice looking cushion, if there is such a thing. This one, however, is my favourite. It's got little tabs on the back here, and it comes with all the associated clips and stuff. And this one comes and it sits here. And I must admit, this makes it super extra comfy, if that is a phrase. And I really like it. So would recommend one of these. Cool. And with that, okay, that wasn't quite as cool as I thought. With that, we'll leave it there. If you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of me, cars, tech, seats, and anything like that, then feel free to subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.